on the NIP side, right, I only have to direct you, Rudu, to one champion, because whenever you lock this champion in, your entire comp plays around them. Aki resets. That's all.
Yeah.
It's an interesting strategy from both squads. We do see that AL commit to a style I've seen from BLG, where they let the mid lane, top laner come mid to protect and allow that push to come through. Shanji is really just getting as aggressive as he can. Buddy, this is not your side of the map, all right? You gotta measure your expectations, because he might just find himself getting dove here. Level 2 ticked over for Flandre, Tarzan, and the bottom lane.
PP
and
got on his way.
Only a matter of time. Good call out though, Rudu. Nautilus is here to try and protect, but he can't get to Shanji. He tries to desperately flash back towards his support. The Ignite ticks over. Kyle juggles the aggro perfectly. And AL strike first for first blood, and they might go in for seconds here.
5 seconds, go
PP
again.
God is all alone. Shanji does have teleport. He's going to channel him to get back up, and that should assuage the dive, but AL, man, they look as aggressive as ever. Potentially posturing. They're going for Shanji again. Get the crash down through. The aggro, though, not juggle as well. Flandre's going to go down first. Flashes galore out. It's a disaster as AL going for seconds, and they bit off way more than they could chew.
As well, there's a Cull, there's a Dark Seal, Ruby Crystal. Nobody's particularly strong, and it looks like it's just the early game power of the Misfortune and the push that they were able to acquire up on that top side. The hook lands.
Line down for PP God. Just doing a bit of zoning here, buying time for Aki, who's just going to take down that grub. Final one. First 3 grubs for NIP. First step towards those feats of monster slaying. And is there only one more away here from feats of warfare?
A whole lot of that. They've got a lot of damage and a lot of ability to take one target down, but ability to stand and deliver damage, not so much.
Oh, all right. That's bullet time already out from Leave. They got a Realm Warp behind for Doinby, but doesn't cut off Tarzan. They're instead going to turn, as you always see, towards the support. Heartbreaker down for Aki. He tries to chase down Kyle, who is running the wrong way towards Sunday here. That is not his own turret. It's going to get Aki even more accelerated. Just what the doctor ordered for that NMP comp, like you were talking about, Rude Dude. Feats of warfare secured.
Becomes pretty difficult, and NIP, they've recognized this. They've said, actually, we've got this early game lead, and as small as it may be, we feel it's enough to leverage a dragon. Aki moves on in, finds himself that quick kill, and again, this is Aki who's going to be ahead of the curve players. Shanks has got Corki, Doinby's got Rise, and for game number 1, it's almost against what we'd anticipated.
Yep. Rub's going to be jumped on here by Tarzan. Did have some pretty good mid-prio. They are leaving Doinby to do exactly what you point out, Rude Dude. Continue to push his farm lead here. Stack up towards Aroa. Will grab monster slaying spot number 1 here for anyone's legend, so they do stall out that at the very least.
Player in, typically going to get prio. It's actually AL with the majority of control down on the spot side, as PP God missed by the chain of corruption.
Yeah, that's a big CC point. It's already off the board again. Dredgeline not going to land for PP God. Shank's going to use the Valkyrie to get a bit more space. Drake's going to reset here.
Reminder that this is how AL want to play their composition. They have poke, they have range, they want to be chipping away at these objectives prior to the fight happening. NIP, they want to fight.
They want to all in, and they're looking for it. Both teleports coming through. Kyle going to go in with a 2-man on top of Aki and Doinby. The bullet time going to shred their backline, though. Leave gets a complete value out of the Misfortune ultimate, and it's going to wreck the fight. They lose Aki, doesn't get the reset, and Flandre with his Dominus pop is running for the backline, but he has to be the hope here for AL with his 80 carry off to the side. Loses the Dominus, and now the chase down comes across. Shanji sees a target, but it's Doinby to flash forward, find the Rune Prism to lock him through, and find the 4th kill of the fight as NIP get the first big win of this series.
They get themselves 4 kills in favor of 2. Shanji also moves into this bot turret. The 3 grubs going to help him try to take this down. And NIP continue their early game dominance over this match. AL, they flubbed a dive at level 2, and they haven't looked the same since.
As this goes on, because one of the reasons why we might have seen that B4 Misfortune is, if it's not Kyle, you're relying on what? A Chains of Corruption hitting or a Renekton stun to interrupt these bullet times as Hope going to hit the Chains of Corruption onto Shanji, actually, to make sure Public Execution doesn't find it, but it's PP God who's hunting him down. Flashes for the root. Is there enough damage? Surely with the Dredge line, they'll find it. Doinby gets the kill. Depth charge to find a second on a Kyle. NIP are running this game 1. No fear in their hearts, and they find another pair of kills for another big win.
NIP wanted to scrap, and scrap they will. They find another 3 in the mid lane. Tier 1 turret now at their beckoning as they take down the Rift Herald just prior to this. Summon it up to secure this as a formality. And NIP are running away with this mid game.
They didn't even use bullet time. Leave had that in the bag this entire time.
Out as well.
They can take everything. They can take everything on this map, and AL, they just don't have item breakpoints right now to answer except for Hope, but those are those cheap lethality items. And I'm live to you guys. He doesn't even have the more Amana done, so there's not even that big power spike. But Rudu, how about the fact, obviously a matchup with AL versus NIP. We're hyping up Tarzan, we're hyping up Doinby, but on the NIP side especially, it's been those sum of everybody's parts that's been showing out so much. We'll have to hold that conversation. Those shakes, you didn't tell off the turret, he finally gets it down. He will teleport back out to at least get something for AL.
So, whilst he hasn't proven to be, or hasn't stood out so far this game.
He hasn't had to have that moment yet, right?
Yeah, he hasn't, but he is doing a lot of work. I think that's just the nature of the composition that NIP have drafted, is, you know, they're playing 5v5s, and in a 5v5, what I want from Rise, Hope.
Oh, all right, Hope. Yeah, just pack it up, head back to base. That's 75%
This guy
of your
doesn't
HP.
have a bloodthirster, so that's the problem. we're talking about Doinby not having the impact in these fights maybe, but he's just taken 2 turrets in the side lane uncontested, whilst NIP are still also starting up the Atakan. Capitalize on. Now with the Atakan going down, AL feel obliged to try and stop it.
And look how dark it is. They just now get vision on Atakan before it's going down, but a huge depth charge comes through for PPGod, and Shanji's just putting all of them in the meat grinder. Immediately eviscerates run. Doinby's gonna pick off Kyle on the backside as well. NIP are doing no wrong right now to kick off this best of 5.
And they may lose their mid-tier 1, but they're going to find such a big fight around that Atakan. They now have that faux death ready. They're looking to storm down the bot side. Aki's chasing Hope.
Oh, flashes to make sure the stun goes through. Aki has a killer instinct. Great flashback from Hope, though. He dodges the main Heartbreaker damage, but he's just not enough to deal with Aki right now. Maybe I spoke too soon. 1 auto, the differential between Hope going down and an Otacon reset. We don't even get the shutdown. Glory rooted.
Really good play on the Varus as well. He's resetting his blight stacks and making sure that he's constantly getting rotations of his Q and his E. Kyle looking for PPGod.
Oh, PPGod interrupts the crash down from Kyle, sets up the bullet time so well. We hyped up both of these supports. Kyle's been impressive, but in game 1, it's all PPGod and NIP as they're just picking them up like shooting fish in a barrel. Hope's HP bar eviscerated without those 2 summoners. This guy knows that this team is too far ahead. There's nothing AL can do, not only because they're down so much gold root, but their comp just isn't designed to deal with the amount of haymakers that NIP are throwing their way. Shanji still has the Otacon revive. He wants to use it to the fullest extent, with it topping off in about 10 seconds. But it's Ninjas in Pyjamas breaking the base open before we even crest 25 minutes.
Wow, 2 turrets falling inside the AL base before Baron has even gone down.
Damage items through for leave. This game is done. We're waiting for one big team fight from NIP. The poke just doesn't matter anymore for AL. They've got nothing to do but wait for NIP to come and claim what is theirs. PPGod flashing to find the first big root, but it's the root prism into the bullet time. Doinby sets up his AD carry well, and it's just all bets are off. What a start to our series. NIP come out and punch AL straight in the mouth to take a 1-0 lead.
And PPGod see hero, kill hero. He spots NIP, an opportunity to take a fight, and he takes it.
Nexus turret's going down. Just a formality. What a start to our series. The quickest game of our day belongs to Ninjas in Pyjamas as they go 1-up.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.